Tomorrow is possibly the Lori Vallow closing arguments. If you want to see what's happened in this case so far, check out, I believe it's my Doomsday Murders playlist. I have a day by day going through each time, shortening it down and breaking down to the most important moments. But maybe you are someone who has followed along or haven't, and you want to watch that final day. I'm going to explain how this works for those new people because there are some oddities when it comes to this case on how you view it and what's going on. To begin with, they start at 10:30 a.m. Arizona time, but Arizona doesn't follow the time change, so it's basically Pacific time. If you're thinking about it that way, you can find a converter online for your time. But even though they start at 10:30 their time, the video feeds are delayed by 30 minutes. So that means that if you want to watch, it'll be 11 their time when you can start watching. The day should begin if everything happens as expected. Lori Vallow will rest in front of the jury without giving any evidence. Yes, she told the judge she rests, but in Arizona, you have to say to the jury. So, Lori Vallow is probably going to rest. So with that being said, if that happens, the next thing is they will go through jury instructions and take what is most likely an early lunch. I will record my video at the beginning half right there. After that lunch, we will have the closing arguments. From my understanding, which could be wrong and correct me in the comments if it is, the prosecution will go first, the defense will go next, and then there's a possible rebuttal from the state. The state says it'll take them about 1.5 hours, and Lori Vallow just said hers will be shorter. I am of the opinion hers will be extremely, extremely short, but I could be wrong. And then the state, if they want to rebut, will be after that. At that point, the jury should be sent out to deliberate. The streams will continue running until the 30 minutes are up and they're caught up, and then it should shut the streams off. I fully expect all the streams will shut off. The reason is, the 30-minute delay was imposed by the judge, but the judge has a new decision when it comes to the verdict. The judge says that the media will get to know ahead of time that there is a verdict, and the verdict will be revealed on a 5-minute delay. So this means that if you are someone who's wanting to follow along with this and you can't watch it, Twitter is going to be your fastest source. And if you're watching on YouTube, before the verdict is read, people in the chat are 100% going to be posting it because it will be posted on Twitter. Okay? Just so you know, that's what's going on with those delays. Now, if she's found guilty, you might be thinking, okay, the next thing is going to be her sentencing. That does not appear to be the case because Lori Vallow has another trial in Arizona with the same prosecutor and the same judge. And it seems like they might be doing, if they're sentencing, the two together. So the next day you'll probably hear about her will be about May 14th, where there's a scheduled meeting, and then the actual trial for her next case isn't until June. It's a long wait. And then the June trial begins, and we're going to go through this whole song and dance again. Lori Vallow is going to have her whole revenge tour repeating, but she'll have more time if she actually wants to get witnesses. She'll have time to do that this time around. And that'll all be in June. So this all doesn't end today. Now, when it comes to the verdict, who knows when we'll get it, right? It could be Monday. It could be Tuesday. It could be Wednesday. I don't know how late they're going to keep this jury. They've done a good job at having them home early. I don't know if they'll keep them late for a verdict. If they do, then maybe we'll get it Monday. If not, probably Tuesday. My plan for coverage is to take my morning half recorded after the break at lunch, and then my afternoon half, and I'm going to put that video out so you can know my shortened, condensed version of what was said in the morning, what was said in the afternoon, and give you an idea of the trial. So if you don't want to watch or you don't want to listen to Lori's voice, I know a lot of people say that, you can have an idea of what happened in the case. And then, the verdict. How I will do the verdict is probably going to be a verdict reaction video where I simply talk about my thoughts after the verdict, whatever way it goes, whatever is said during the verdict, whatever happens. give you an idea. If there's outbursts in the court, which I don't think there will be anything like that, I'll let you know what I know and what I can find out. If she gets shocked with her, she's like a shock belt on. If it shocks her, I'll let you know. That video will come out as soon as two things happen. The verdict is live streamed because I'll want to see it. And number two, I know about it. I will record as soon as I know about it. I am willing to not leave my home until the verdict comes in because I can't imagine it's going to be past Tuesday. I cannot imagine that. Now, with all of that being said, there could be a delay in me getting the verdict slightly. And I want to be clear on that. It would not be purposeful. I will have Nate Eaton's notifications on my phone, so it'll vibrate and make sounds to get my attention. I'm going to try everything I can to miss it. But if I'm a little later than you might think, I've mentioned this in some of the streams, there is a remaster of the game Oblivion from when I was a child that I put hundreds of hours in. I have a secondary channel, which is a gaming channel, and this is, I believe, going to be the perfect game for content. They are claiming this game is file size 20 times bigger than the original, according to leakers, and all sorts of new stuff. I can do tutorials, where to find things, different things that were changed. If things that were bugged in the first game work, it is going to be, hopefully, an amazing time. I know some people in the chat mentioned they played it as well. So just so you know, rumors are the price could be anywhere from $50 to $70 for the base game, up to $90 for the deluxe edition. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet at least for whatever the base game is because I'll want to own it. I won't, if I can help it. I don't want to like own a copy like with Game Pass where I don't own the actual game because it's something from my childhood that I fully expect I will replay for years to come. And I want to mention that because if I'm in the middle of, say, a quest line, maybe I don't notice my phone buzz for this verdict. And in that case, as soon as I can, the game gets put down and I go and do this for you. I also wanted to mention the Oblivion because that means that if it comes out tomorrow, which all the leakers are saying, it seems to be pointing to it, at least the announcement tomorrow. If it comes out, I will probably do a lot of gaming content on my other channel for a bit for that game. So anything I would put here, anything at all, whether Sarah Boone does something or whatever, is going to be delayed or slowed down at my normal speed because, number one, content over there, it's going to be hot. You want to hit while the iron's hot. But number two, that's going to be a good way for me to decompress, I would be the right word. I mean, I cover murder and like crime and depressing stories, right? Like, let's be real. That's what the channel is right now. So the second channel gives me a chance to kind of like throw all of that to the side and just focus on fun. So it's a nice balance when I can hop between the two, and Oblivion's going to give me that chance. So again, I do want to mention just right at the end, if Lori goes in and doesn't rest, they're going to need new jury instructions, time frames get messed up, everything gets altered, okay? So don't think you're going to go in tomorrow and know exactly how it's going to go. If Lori goes in and rests real quick in front of the jury, I think everything will probably go smoothly. If she doesn't rest, all hell breaks loose. I'll put it that way. I think it'll be quite an interesting day. That means she's probably going to go for whatever gets for the most attention, because wouldn't that get her attention? Wouldn't that get Lori a bunch of attention if she told everyone that she's going to rest and then she doesn't do it at the last minute? I think she'll rest, though. I think she'll rest. I think she'll say the bare minimum. I think she will completely clam up and try to make herself look quiet and innocent, and I don't think it'll work. Personally, I don't think it'll work. I think the jury will have seen through her, but that's for them to decide. So, thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video.